Hey you! Welcome back to Living in English 365. Today, we're scratching the surface, and only the surface because this episode will just be too long and I'm not doing that. You don't have time and neither do I. So, we're scratching the surface of something that's about to change how you learn and speak English forever. Using AI the right way. Not the exhausting way, not the chat with ChatGPT for 2 hours and feel nothing changed way, okay? The smart way. Stick around. I'll tell you what's up. So here's the truth about using AI for language learning. You've probably already opened up your AI that you like to use and thought, okay, now what? So you're not alone. Whenever I was teaching for the Air Force, right, students would tell me this kind of often. And we had a teacher that actually showed other instructors how to use it with their students. So most people just don't know how to use AI as a speaking tool, as a fluency tool. They use it like Google with a personality. And so that's why nothing improves. If that's you, sorry, you could do a little bit better. Here's the truth. AI can help your English, but only if you know how to control it, direct it, and use it like a coach, not a search bar. And nobody's teaching this properly. It drives me insane. You all know I'm a very direct person. I can't stand people that are wasting your time not telling you what you need to know. So today, I want to give you just a preview, I guess, of what's possible when you stop guessing and start using AI intentionally. And I'll make some more episodes over the next couple of weeks to help you. And matter of fact, I'm making an AI guide for that. If you want a guide, go ahead and click the link in the bio. You can get on a waiting list for that. So what can AI do for your English? Let's say, first of all, it can do a lot of stuff. That was too big of a question. So AI can diagnose your problems, your fluency problems, faster than any placement test can. It can simulate a real conversation the way that you wish real people would, right? So this is non-judgmental. It's not giving you continuous feedback, making you exhausted, right? No, it's just simulating a real conversation. And you show it how to do that for you. You train it. You train it for speaking. You train it for listening to you, so your brain can stop freezing, for example. You can have it force you out of your comfort zone without embarrassing you, as I said, give you instant feedback on your speaking, or maybe even speed up your reading by helping you read smarter, not slower. Those are just a couple of things that it can do. But the thing that people miss, you have to set AI up the right way. You have to train it for it to do any of that. And that requires you to be a little, intentional about it. So just like you are getting in shape, you're getting fit, exercising, you don't just walk into the gym and just touch random exercise machines. No, you need a plan. So the problem with just practice with AI, most students and people learning English or any language think improvement comes from just practicing more. I'll just practice. I don't think that's the best method. I don't really think you're going to improve the fastest with that, because you need to be practicing the correct way, right? You can go into the gym and pick up weights and do it incorrectly and be doing it incorrect for a very long time. You maybe will get somewhere, but it maybe won't get you to the path that you want. And there might be an easier path to take. And there's obviously a correct way to do it and an incorrect way. So like I said, I'm making a guide for all of this because it's really too big of a topic, but I'll give you kind of a snapshot here. You can talk to AI every day and, not really improve if you're just doing it kind of passively. You can ask perfect questions and still get boring, generic answers if you don't know how to train your AI to train you. Okay, it's a trainer. It can be a trainer, but you have to train it how to train you. You have to tell it what you want. I wasn't doing this podcast for many years because I actually was an interviewer. That's a story for a different day. But one thing I learned whenever I had to interview people is that you got to ask good questions. And if you don't ask a good question, you are kind of running yourself in circles. So What you should be doing with your AI. Okay, let me just give you a couple categories. I don't want to give you too many instructions. So if you want to use AI to actually grow your English, focus on one, speaking simulations that are going to challenge you, that they're going to push you. Don't go in there putting something basic like, okay, let's do like very basic beginner stuff. What's my name? What's your name? Where are you from? No. Do something that's going to challenge you, something outside of your comfort zone. That's the beauty of being very fluent and speaking naturally in any language, is that you can more or less talk about any topic. Even if you don't have a lot of knowledge in it, you should still be able to talk about it because you know how to talk, right? Number two, just do small daily, right? That consistency that I always tell you all about, daily micro drills that are going to target your weak points. If you know you're very strong in grammar, but your speaking is like trash, right? It's not very good. Okay, then you need to be working on that. You know what you need better than anybody else. Train the AI to help you get what you want. Number three, you could even have like smart reading routines. It can send you notifications if you want, right? I'm thinking in terms of ChatGPT right now. That's the one that I've used the most before in the past, right? You just have a smart reading routine. 4, shadowing. Shadowing is brilliant, but you can shadow quickly and have it set it up to do it correctly for you. Maybe writing with some parameters, some boundaries, some constraints. That can be number 5 for you. And last one I'll say is just like, I'll call it like a personalized vocabulary booster. ChatGPT can find various vocabulary lists way faster than you can, do it. So train it to do that for you. Notice I'm telling you what, not the how. The how is going to take you way longer. That's outside of the scope of this podcast episode. I'll make a guide. You can get that from my website a little bit later. But because this method matters more than this idea, right? But most people, they just kind of copy a template that doesn't work for them. You're an individual. You need to personalize it a little bit. So most AI tools, they're not going to tell you how to do this. I'll show you how. I feel like the real issue is like maybe you're not very stuck in English. You're just like unguided. You're just kind of not walking on the path that you could be. So if you've plateaued at, let's say, for example, B1, you're like a low intermediate for years, or you're kind of floating between maybe a high intermediate B2 or advanced C1, maybe it's not your fault. Maybe you're not really stuck. Maybe you just never had a system that fits your brain. And, it's a very simple fix. You never know, right? So AI can be that system for you if you know how to use it. And if you don't, it might waste your time. Sorry. So what's next? Like I said, over the next several episodes, I'll talk more about this, but I'm not going to give you, we're not going to die from AI over the next few weeks. I'll give it to you sparingly, but I am making a guide for you. I'm going to talk more about it. I'll take one skill at a time, something like speaking, listening, reading vocabulary, and show you what AI can do without giving you, too much information, making you stressed. Because, I want you to actually try these things. Just don't do it chaotically or randomly and make yourself stressed. We have enough stress in this world. So if you, want that step by step, the maybe exact prompts, the scripts, the routines, corrections, you can join my brand new course that's coming up. It's going to be Unstuck in English. I also have a weekly, it's not really weekly, actually. It's more like a monthly reading group where we're focused on speaking. There's no grammar corrections. We're not stressing you out. It's literally just we're going to be talking, and we're using reading as a tool to help support us whenever we are talking. Now, I keep saying we. I already speak English. So, I'm just there as a facilitator to help you speak better. You are the one that is going to be speaking more, and class sizes are limited. So go ahead and join the wait list now. This will be starting in December if we have enough people. And also, There's going to be kind of a, first reading circle type of promotion going on where there's only 8 seats. If you get in with that at that price, then you're locked in for life for that one. So prices will raise next year. All right. That's that's it for now. If this helped you or it woke something up in you, subscribe, follow, and share this episode with someone who keeps saying they're stuck in English, because I know you know who they are. Your English doesn't have to stay that way. You just need to learn in a smarter way. I'll see you next episode, where we're going to be talking about how you can just stop studying and start speaking, maybe a 10-minute a day method, right? I'll see you next time. Bye for now.